Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing 3 Halloween cards and they're all going to be featuring ink blended backgrounds and die cuts. So these ink blended backgrounds, I got them from Christina Warner. She recently did a video with some Halloween combinations of Distress Oxide ink blending, and so I thought I'd give them a try and put together some quick cards. Well, sort of quick, it takes a little bit for ink blending, but other than that, they were pretty quick. So this first one here is Carved Pumpkin. Let's see. No. This first one is Ripe Persimmon, Black Soot, and Chipped Sapphire. Okay, and then the next one that we will do is Carved Pumpkin, Forest Moss, and Black Soot. And then our final one will be Wilted Violet, Black Soot, and Twisted Citron. Okay, now I'm going to mega speed this up so we're not sitting here watching me ink blend all day long. But using some brushes, most of the brushes that I have are makeup brushes that I got off of Amazon. They're very similar to the ones that you buy at the craft places, but a lot less money. And sometimes you do have to do kind of a lighter touch in order to not see like bristle strokes. But then once the ink settles down into the paper, it gets very even and you don't see any of that anyway. But right at first, sometimes you can kind of see a little bit of that, a little bit lighter of a hand, and then just let it dry and settle into the paper and it all evens out and looks good. And so with my first color, I try to go like halfway or better up the piece of paper, and I'm using Bristol. That is the best paper to get an easy blend on because it's coated, so the ink sets on top of the paper longer, and you get a lot of time to blend it in. Okay, so now for the die cuts, and I am using the first one I'm using here is by Whimsystamps, and it is their large, spooky large word die. I thought this was just super cute, and I couldn't resist when I was spending my 40 off that Whimsy gave me for being a guest designer in August, which was a lot of fun, and I hope that I get to do it again. And so for the paper that I'm using for all my die cuts, I am using Tim Holtz metallic craft cardstock. That's what it is. And I will have everything linked down in the video description below. And I'm using my Gemini to die cut all these things out with. They usually die cut everything really, really great. And so I will do a couple of things multiple times because I'm not sure what combinations of colors that I want to use. So you'll see me cut that Halloween one out a few different times. But anyway, we'll get to putting that all together later. Now we're just going through and getting all the die cuts done. I will bring, let's see. So the Halloween die is by simonsaysstamps, and it's the outline Halloween die. So you get the shadow layer, and it also does an outline and then your inner layer of the words. And then we will also use Simon Says Stamp Spooky die, which is it's a large outline spooky. And then later we'll bring back in the die cutting, and we'll use the BATTY dies. It's a CZ design at Simon Says Stamp, and I cut that out with some black glitter cardstock. And I do also bring in a Sizzix die. It's one of their Thinlits, and it's a 2-piece die. It's a spider web and a spider, and it's just called Spider Web. So once again, I'll have all that linked down below. I cut that out of the black glitter cardstock as well. And the spooky outline, I cut that out a few different times too, because that has a little outline and then the inside, so you can do lots of different combinations with that one as well. So as we talked about, ink blending is a little bit time consuming. Running things through the die cutter is can be a little bit time consuming, but all three of these cards took me, I think when I loaded up all my footage, I think I had 58 minutes. So about an hour roughly to put together these three cards. So that's not bad. And not near like when you're, doing some Copic coloring or pencil coloring. That can really add a lot of time to a card. But these three were pretty simple and easy to put together once you got all the ink blending and the die cutting done. Okay, other products we're going to be using to finish out these cards are Nuvo Crystal Drops in Violet Galaxy, very pretty purple. And we're also going to use some Jewel Drops in the color of Orange Marmalade. Now, Jewel Drops, they have color, yes, but to see their true color, you need to use them on white. I am going to use them on my ink blended backgrounds, so they're really translucent, so that it is going to take on the color of the background. And when I put them over the orange, I really like the way it looks because it does have the orange tint, so it looks really good. But over like the black, it has a different look to it, but it looks mostly black, but you can see that there's some other little something to it. And then other than that, we're going to bring in some glossy accents to fill in the bat eyes. And then for sentiments, we are going to use these pre-printed ones for Halloween that Simon Says Stamp carries. It's the white ones that have the black print, so the words look white, but then everything else looks black. And then we'll go around the edges with a Memento Tuxedo black marker just to make it look like a black label. And then the only other sentiments are going to bring in one stamp set called Frightful Fun. It is a Simon Says Stamp set. It is super cute. If you don't have this one, this is a super cute one to have. I'm going to use a little pumpkin image out of there and a bat just to have something on the inside of a couple of the different cards. So, that's it for the products that we're going to use today. So here you can see that I am piecing things together and deciding which colors of the little outlines I'm going to use versus the insides and all that good stuff. And you will see me fiddle a little bit with a couple of the dies, and that's not because of the dies, it's because my cutting plates are old and very warped, and I have asked for some for Christmas from my mom. So it's just my cutting plates are very warped, and so I didn't always get a good even pressure across my die. But anyway, that being said, everything cut out pretty good, and then it's just piecing everything together. I do want to try and get a couple more Halloween cards done because I got this really cute stamp set that I really want to color really bad. And so I want to get a card done with that one. And then I've got another new die cut. It is the Tim Holtz, like creepy looking gates that is, I think would be super fun to do a card with. So I have those two products that I really want to do a card with. And so I'm hoping to get 2 more Halloween cards out, and then we will jump right into Thanksgiving, thankful, grateful type of cards, as well as Christmas. We will start mixing those two, and that'll be what's coming. And then I'll probably have, as I start the Altenew certification program, I'll probably have some Altenew projects mixed in there too. So that'll be coming, and I don't know when I'm going to find time to sleep, but between the building of the winery and everything else that we got going on, and holidays coming up. But yes, this is my passion. I love making cards and things, and I love sharing them. So we'll figure it out. We'll make it work, and we'll get these all done. So speaking of the winery and having too many things to do, we did get our green tag today on our inspection for our electrical, plumbing, and AC. So that means that we can schedule the spray foam insulation next week, and then as soon as that's done, then they can start on drywall. So that is super exciting. We were also scheduled to start on the stucco next week as well, but we are going to have some rain chances here in North Texas starting tomorrow, actually, and so we may not get started on the outside, but that's okay. It's been forever since we've had rain. This has kind of been a dry fall for us. So I am thankful for any rain that we get, even if it does slow down the outside of the building. But we will be very thankful and blessed to get some rain. So we did just come back from checking on the place over there, because I wanted to make sure that this exterior lighting company that I had found were there to do their pre-wiring. And it's basically holiday lighting, but it can look like everyday lighting too. It is a super cool product called Jellyfish Lighting. So if you go to www.jellyfishlighting.com, check it out. If you're somebody that pays for your holiday lights to be put up every year, because my husband and I both do not like heights, and we're not climbing on the roof. And the winery, with it having a different kind of roof, we didn't want people that didn't know how to walk on it, put Christmas lights up every year. And I got to have Christmas lights on everything. So, this is a great alternative. So like I said, if you pay somebody, this will pay for itself in a few years. And it's LED low voltage, so all that good stuff, and it can do like practically anything you want to program it to do, look like anything you want to look for it to look like. You could look like regular accent lighting. It can look like Christmas lights. You got a game day and you want your favorite team combination, you can have that. You can have like patterns and runs and fades, and it's a pretty cool product. And so far our experience has been really good. And so, might be something you want to check out if holiday lighting is your thing, and you pay for somebody to put it up. This could save you money in the long run. Not going to say it's cheap, but it could save you money in the long run. So anyway, just a little FYI there. Back to this card roll. I just have this awful time with my card bases and things, cutting them the right size the first time, or and folding them straight. But I just don't sweat it, because I have a big guillotine cutter, and so I just put my front on there, and then I use my guillotine cutter to whoop and get it all even. Well, anyway, we're getting close to finishing up these cards here, and as always, I thank everybody for watching and subscribing and thumbs upping and sharing and commenting and all that good stuff. It helps my channel to grow, and I really appreciate it, and I love hearing feedback from everybody. So that's just really awesome, and it fuels me to want to keep doing more. So thanks again, and I will see you soon in the next video.